That will depend on whether Matteo Salvini of Lega, who's been a staunch proponent of Paolo Savona, agrees to that idea. It will also obviously depend on what President Sergio Mattarella does in terms of approving any new cabinet lineup. It also, I should hasten to add, depends on what Mr. Savona does, because he's been slightly unwilling to step back from this role that he's been proposed to. So that will be the three if factors in terms of creating a new government. And, you know, don't forget that in that same statement last night, we heard from Di Maio they still want to see these kind of nationwide protests on Saturday. Quite what they're protesting at this stage is unclear. But if this new government formation doesn't work, then we're back to where we were 24 hours ago.
What do you make of Cottarelli's stance? The fact that he was willing to step back to an extent, not just press ahead, form a technocratic government, despite obstacles he may have faced along the way, but
well, I
to
think
say
that was
the market reaction might be a bit of an
consultation
issue
with
here.
President Sergio Mattarella. I mean, his job is essentially to do whatever the president tells him to do in terms of that timing, and this go-slow approach we've seen from Mattarella is essentially trying to forestall fresh elections. That's what seemingly caused such major market jitters on Tuesday. And that also allows Five Star and Lega to save face, because they can say, as Di Maio has said last night, we're trying to do everything we can to prevent an unelected government, that would be the one led by Cottarelli, from taking over. We want to introduce our change agenda, etc., etc.
Willem, presumably it's in Lega's interest to go for another round of elections now. They've gained instrumentally in the polls. We were just looking at them yesterday. They've gone up from, say, mid-teens to about mid-20s now, or 25, 28% if you look at the latest polls, whereas Five Star have actually dropped a tiny little bit. So perhaps from their perspective, it makes more sense to actually push for these fresh
Yeah, I mean, they're not likely, based on the polls so far, to get more than Five Star. But of course, we have seen Matteo Salvini's process throughout the last 3 months seriously aid him in the polls. And it's potentially why he's been a bit more lukewarm to this idea of trying to find a new cabinet, because, as you say, there is an opportunity for him to do better if they do go back to the polls.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.